Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So I'm sharing. We all can take turns to read. Happy Ekadasi to everyone. So we all can raise hand for reading. Whoever want to start, we can start. Yeah, Harita Mataji is there. Yeah, she can start. Harita Mataji, you can start, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. Happy Ekadashi to everyone. So, Yogini Ekadashi. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, I have heard the glories of the Nirjala Ekadashi, which occur during the light fortnight of the month of Jeshta, May and June. Now I wish to hear from you about the Shuddha Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashada, June and July. Kindly describe to me all about it in detail, O killer of Madhu demon Madhusudana. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna then replied, O King, I shall indeed tell you about the best of all fasting days, the Ekadashi that comes during the dark part of the month of Ashada, famous as Yogini Ekadashi. It removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. O best of kings, the Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of the spiritual world in all the three worlds. It is the chief of all sacred fasting days. I shall now reveal this truth to you by narrating a history recounted in Puranas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Sudevi, go ahead and read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The king of Alapukapuri, Kuvera, the treasurer of the Devas, demigods, who was a steadfast devotee of Lord Shiva. He employed a servant named Hemamali, as his personal gardener. Hemamali, a yaksha like Kuvera, was very lustfully attracted to his gorgeous wife, Swarupavati, who had large enchanting eyes. Hemamali's daily duty was to visit Manasarovar lake and bring back flowers for his master Kuvera, with which he would use them in the puja offerings to Lord Shiva. One day, after picking the flowers, Hemamali went to his hive instead of returning directly to his master and fulfilling his duty by bringing the flowers for the puja. Absorbed in loving affairs of a bodily nature with his wife, he forgot to return to the abode of Kuvera. O king, while Hemamali was enjoying with his wife, Kuvera had begun the worship of Lord Shiva as normal in his palace and soon discovered that there were no flowers ready to be offered in the midday puja. The lack of such an important item or upachara angered the great Koshadyaksha, treasurer of the Devatas, even more, and he asked a yaksha messenger, Why has dirty-hearted Hemamali not come with the daily offering of flowers? Go and find out the exact reason and report back to me in person with your findings. The Yaksha returned and told Kuvera, Oh dear Lord, Hemamali has become lost in freely enjoying courteous with his wife. Thank you, Mataji. Happy Ekadashi.
Happy Ekadasi. Yeah, now Vrinda will read. Vrinda, read.
Okay.
Kuvera. This one. ఇక్కడ చూసి చదువు.
Kuvera became extremely angry when he heard that
Louder.
this and at once summoned lowly Hemamali before him. Knowing that he had been remiss and dawdling in his duty and exposed as meditating on his wife's body, Himamali approached his master in great fear. The gardener first paid his obeisances and then stood before his lord, whose eyes had been red with anger and whose lips trembled in rage. So enraged, Kavita cried out to Hemamali, "Oh, you sinful rascal! Oh, destroyer of religious principles! You are walking offenses to the Devis. I therefore curse you to suffer from white leprosy and become separated from your beloved wife. Only great suffering is deservedly yours. O liberal fool, leave.
Lobon.
O liberal fool, leave this place. Leave this place immediately and betake yourself to the lower planets to suffer." And so Himali fell at once from the grace in Alikapur and became ill with the terrible affection of white leprosy. He awoke in a dense and fearful forest where there was nothing to eat or drink. Thus he passed his days in miserably unable to sleep at night due to pain. He suffered in both winter and summer season, but because he continued to worship Lord Shiva himself with faith, his consciousness remained purely fixed and steady.
Yeah, thank you. Next, we have Priti Mataji raised hand. Priti Mataji, please go ahead and read.
Okay, where is it, Mataji? Can you highlight?
Yeah,
Hare
here.
Krishna.
Here, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Although implicated by great, can you bigger the words?
Words bigger, Mataji.
Great sin and it attendant reactions. He remembered his past life because of his piety. After wandering for some time here and there over mountains and across plains, her hemomali eventually came upon the vast expanse of the Himalayan mountain ranges. There he had the wonderful good fortune to come in contact with the great saintly soul Markandeya Rishi, the best of essentials, whose duration of life is, it is said, extended to 7 of the days of Brahma. Markandeya Rishi was seated peacefully at his ashram, looking as effulgent as a second Brahma. Hemamali, feeling very sinful, stood at a distance from the manifestant sage and offered his humble obeisances and choice prayers. Always interested in the welfare of others, Markandeya Rishi saw the leper and called him near. "Oh, you, what sort of sinful deeds have you done to earn this deedful affection?
Thank you, Mataji.
Hearing this,
Thank you, Mataji.
oh,
I
thank
will
you.
read
Hare
here.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Happy Ekadasi to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hearing this, Hemamali, painful and ashamed, replied, "Dear sir, I am a Eksha servant of Lord Kuvera, and my name is Hemamali. It was my daily service to pick the flowers from a Maha lake, Mahasarovar lake of my master's worship of Lord Shiva. But one day I was neglected and was late in returning with the offerings because I had become overwhelmed with my lusty passion for enjoying bodily pleasure with my wife. When my master discovered why I was late, he cursed me in great anger to be as I am before you. Thus, I am now bereft of my home, my wife, and my service. But fortunately, I have come upon you, and now I hope to receive from you an auspicious benedictions. For I know that devotees such as you are so merciful as that is there. Your nature, O best of the sages, please help me. Somebody's microphone is unmuted. Just I want to mute it. It's disturbing. Okay. Soft-hearted Markandeya Rishi replied, "Because you have told me the truth, I shall tell you about the fast day that will benefit you greatly. If you fast on the Ekadasi that coming during the dark fortnight of the month of Ashada, you will surely be freed from terrible curse." Anybody would like to read from here? Please raise hand. I can do it. Not you.
I can read.
Yeah,
Go
please
ahead.
go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hemamali fell to the ground in complete gratitude and offered him his humble obeisances again and again. But Markandeya Rishi stood there and lifted poor Hemamali to his feet, filling him with inexpressible happiness. Thus, as the sage had instructed him, Hemamali dutifully observed the Ekadashi fast, and by its influence, he again became a handsome yaksha. Then he returned home, where he lived very happily with his wife. Lord Shri Krishna concluded, "So you can readily see, O Yudhishthir, that fasting on Yogini Ekadashi is very powerful and auspicious. Whatever merit one obtains by feeding 88,000 Brahmins is also obtained simply by observing a strict fast on Yogini Ekadashi. For one who fasts on this sacred Ekadashi, she, Ekadashi Devi, destroyed heaps of past sinful reactions and make him most pious. O King, thus I have explained to you the purity of Yogini Ekadashi." Thus ends the narration of the glories of Shad Krishna Ekadashi or Yogini Ekadashi from the Brahma Vivarta Purana. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, thank you everyone for reading. Now we will close the call here and I will open after 1 hour chanting call. 1 o'clock CST to 3 o'clock we'll have a chant.